Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you step by step how to draft and cut a palazzo pants. If you love those stylish wide leg trousers that are flowy and super comfortable, then you really enjoy this class. This tutorial is going to be beginner friendly, simple and easy to follow. So even if you're just starting out in pattern drafting, you can create your own palazzo pants with confidence. And I'll also guide you through step by step on how to take your own body measurement. So grab your drafting tools and let's get started. So I'll be starting with the front, and the first thing I'm going to do is to mark a starting line. I'll come to the tip of the pattern this way and come down by 3 inches. On that 3 inches, I'll draw a straight line. Once that is done, I'll come to this edge of the pattern this way and come in by 2 inches. Also come down 2 inches along the edge. Once I'm done with that, I'll draw a straight line from the starting line all the way down along the edge this way. This will serve as a starting line at the edge. So these lines will serve as the starting line. Any measurement I impute now will be from this starting line. I'll start imputing my vertical measurement. That's from my waist to hip and waist to other measurements. This pants I'm drafting will have a band. So I'll remove 2 inches from the band from the full measurement. You can go ahead and minus 1.5, but for me, I usually use 2 inches for my band width. So I'm going to place the 2 inches on that starting line now and start imputing my measurement. So this starting line is the waistline, which I have placed the 2 inches on. I'll place my tape from where I want my waistline to start from. I will now mark my waist to hip measurement. That's the fullest part of my hip area. I'll also go ahead and mark my crouch depth. In order to get the crouch depth, I'll simply sit on a chair, place my tape from where I want my waistline to start from, all the way down to the chair I am sitting on. So I'll make sure my chair is a flat surface, and this method gives me a perfect result every time. So once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead now and draw a straight line on my hip line measurement and also my crouch line. This is my waistline. This is the hip, while this is the crouch line. On this hip line, I will impute my hip circumference divided by 4. That is my round hip area, the fullest part of my hip. Once that is done, I'll also impute the hip circumference divided by 4 on the waistline. I'll mark that and also do the same thing at the crouch line. At the crouch line, I'll also impute the hip circumference divided by 4. After that is done, I'll connect all the measurements I have from the crouch all the way to the waistline. The next thing I'll do is to impute my thigh vertical measurement. I'll place my 2 inches on the waistline and come down to mark that. I can do it this way, or I can just come down from the crouch line by 4 inches to get my thigh vertical measurement. After I've marked my thigh line, I'll go ahead and draw a straight line on that measurement. Once I'm done with that, I'll place my tape still 2 inches on that waistline. Then I'll take the full trouser length. Now the full trouser length is used for a palazzo is usually from the waist all the way to the ground. I'll go ahead and measure from the waist to the full trouser length. I'll mark and I'll draw a straight line to mark the measurement. The next thing I'm going to do now is to impute my crouch extension. So I'm going to place my tape on this crouch line. I'll add 2 inches, then I'll connect that crouch line all the way to the 2 inches this way. Then I'll also go ahead and add 0.5 inch for ease. Then I'll also connect that to the extension. The next thing I'll do now, on this crouch line, I'll come out from this angle by 1 inch. Then I'll connect from the hip to that 1 inch, from the 1 inch all the way to the crouch extension this way. The next thing I'll do is to take my dart. In order to do that, I'll come to the waistline from this straight line and I'll come in to mark my bust band measurement divided by 2. Remember, I took my measurement from the hip line measurement, okay? The straight line I drew after measuring the hip. So on that part now, I'll place my tape 2 inches above the waistline and then I'll come up 2 inches above the hip line. Then I'll mark my measurement. Once I'm done with that, I'll connect from that point all the way to the waistline. After that, I'll come to this dart line here now and come out 0.5 inch on each side. Then I'll connect from that 0.5 inch down to the point I marked 2 inches above the hip line this way. After that, I'll go ahead and impute the waist circumference measurement. So I'll impute the waist circumference divided by 4, and I'm going to take the measurement from the straight line. I'll mark the hip circumference measurement, then I'll add 1 inch for the dart that I took, and I'll also add 1 inch for stitching allowance, okay? So every measurement I've done so far is from this point, okay? I'll go ahead and connect from the last measurement, the last 1 inch, then I'll connect it down to the hip line this way. The next thing I'm going to do now is to impute the thigh circumference. I'll divide my thigh circumference by 2. You remember other measurements I've been taking so far is divided by 4, but for the thigh circumference I'll divide by 2. Once I mark the measurement, then I'll extend the line that is already there to the measurement. The next thing I'm going to do now is to connect from the crouch to the thigh. Then I'll go ahead and measure whatever I have at the thigh. I'll take the measurement that I have at the thigh, and I'm also going to impute it at the full length. Once I'm done with that, I'll now connect from the thigh down to the full trouser length. At the full trouser length, I'll add 2 to 3 inches for hemming allowance. And that is all for the front pattern. So I'll go ahead and cut this out now so that we'll cut the back pattern. And if you have any question here, you can feel free to ask me in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this tutorial so far, please drop a heart for me in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. So I'm done drafting the front pattern. The next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and start with the back pattern. In order to do that, I'll come down 1 inch from the tip of the pattern. Then I'll draw a straight line. This straight line now will serve as the starting line. After that, I'll come to the edge of the pattern this way and come in by 2 inches. I'll mark these 2 inches, and at these 2 inches, I'll draw a straight line. This straight line now will serve as the starting line at the side. From this starting line at the top, I'm going to come down by 2 inches. I'll mark that 2 inches and also draw a straight line. Then I'll pick up the front pattern and place it on this way. After I've placed the front pattern properly on this new paper, I'll pin it down. After that, I'll come to the waistline and come out 2 inches at the waistline. I'll come to the hip also and come out 2 inches. At the crouch line, I'll come out 2 inches. And after that, I'll connect from the waistline down to the hip line. Then I'll extend the hip line to that 2 inches. I'll come to the crouch line and I'll do the same thing. I'll extend it to the 2 inches. Then I'll take my French curve and connect from this new hip line now all the way to the 2 inches. And once I'm done with that, I'll come to the thigh and also come out 2 inches at the thigh. And I'll come out 2 inches all the way to the full trouser length. Once I'm done with that, I'll connect from the crouch to the thigh. Then from the thigh all the way to the full trouser length. The next thing I'll do now, I'll come to this waistline and I'll connect this first line to the second line. After that is done, I'll place my tip on this first line and I'll slant it down this way, and I'll mark my waist circumference divided by 4. Then I'll also add 1 inch for that and also 1 inch for sewing allowance. Once I'm done with that, I'll place the ruler this way and connect from that point all the way down to the measurement here. Then I'll connect from that measurement all the way to the hip line. The next thing I'm going to do now is to unpin this front pattern from the back. Then I'll continue with the back pattern. For the full length, I'll draw a straight line to mark the full length there. Then I'll come to the waistline and take the waist dart. At the waist dart, I'll impute my bust span measurement divided by 2. After I've marked my bust span measurement, I'll extend my hip line to the other side and my crouch line to the other side also. Then I'll place my tape at that bust span measurement and come up 2 inches above the hip line. Then I'll connect from that point all the way to the waistline. After that is done, I'll come out 0.5 inch on each side of this dart line. Once I'm done with that, I'll connect from this point all the way to the 0.5 inch on each side. And that is all for the back pattern, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial so far. So I'll go ahead now and cut out this pattern. You can feel free to ask your questions or let me know your thoughts about this tutorial in the comment section. I appreciate your feedback. And if you want to learn how to cut this on a fabric. I have a tutorial. I'll drop the link for you in the description box. In the tutorial, you will learn how to cut and sew a palazzo trouser, how to attach your side pocket, waistband, and also fix a zipper. And this is what it looks like after cutting. And this is the front pattern, while this is the back pattern. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. See you in my next video.